After 10,000 kilometers and 12 months of use, how do the SENA Prism Tube and Prism Tube Wi-Fi cameras hold up? Watch this video and we'll find out together. Let's see if this will work. It's really windy out here, but we're going to try to do the SENA camera review in the Tiki. We will see. Hopefully the wind noise won't be too bad. But this is the Tiki. And here is the spot we're going to try to do the review from. And here are the cameras. Well, it's been about a month and a half or 2 months since I finished the Intercontinental Rally 2019. I was one of only 13 finishers, I think. We had 45 motos to start, so I'm pretty happy about that. But really, this video I wanted to do a follow-up on the SENA Prism Tube camera. I have 4 Prism tubes and 2 Wi-Fi versions of the camera. Here's the Wi-Fi and here's the regular version. I mean, they're identical, but I have used these exclusively for the last, well, Prism Tube I've used exclusively for at least the last 2 years since they first came out. I put about 10,000 kilometers on them through rain, dust, silt, rocks, freezing cold temperatures of about as low as 25 degrees Fahrenheit and up to about 110 or 115 out in the desert Fahrenheit. So the whole gamut of conditions, and I have not been easy on them. I race, I train all the time. These things take a beating. I do not treat them nicely. I don't treat them any different than any other part of my gear. And so far, I have no complaints. They've held up. Not a single one has stopped working. So I think that's a great plus for this camera. It is still the best camera as far as I'm concerned for helmet use. It's the smallest profile, the lightest. Picture quality is excellent. I don't need to be shooting 4K off of my helmet. I mean, 1080 or 2K is fine. I've had a few questions about the camera and how I have it on my helmet, so I thought I would show you. It's mounted on the side with just a standard SENA mount. The only thing I've done personally was I drilled a hole and I had this little set screw. I hope you can see that. And I just used my fingers to tighten it down. And that just keeps the camera from rotating when you're turning it off and on. Nothing ruins your day worse than spending the whole day catching epic footage, getting back, taking a look at the footage just to find out that the camera was twisted a little bit and everything, the horizon is crooked for your whole day. That's one of my pet peeves. So SENA, if you're listening, the only thing I suggest you do is add some sort of stop to the mount or something on the camera body itself that would keep it oriented once you know it's straight up and down. I just run it the regular mount, and inside here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it with the light, but this is where I have the microphone. It's just, the microphone is just velcroed and attached to the side of my chin guard, and it works great. Audio is crystal clear up until about 60 or 70 kilometers an hour, and then the wind noise and the exhaust noise will drone it out. But when we're doing single track, we're doing the dunes, lower speeds, the audio is crystal clear. The one knock, I think it's probably the only knock that I have against the SENA Tube camera, is in the riding I do. I am going through sand and fesh and dunes and rocks and dirt. What happens is over time the switch will collect, and I hope you can see that, the switch will collect dirt underneath this and it will become hard to turn off and on. This one is not so bad. That's pretty easy. Still a little bit of a pressure to turn it off and on, but let's check these other ones. There's another one. That's pretty tough. And that definitely is taking a lot to turn it off and on. So they don't all get that hard, but what I've resorted to do is holding it under a faucet. It is waterproof. Holding it under a faucet and running a very light stream of water down the camera tube to try to flush out the dirt and the dust that's underneath there. And then I might apply a little oil depending on how loose it is or difficult it is after I try to clean it. But it seems to work for me. I mean, 10,000 kilometers and I'm still using them. We can see the one on my helmet. See how easy this is to turn off or on. See, that's basically a one finger. And the one thing you don't want, and this is for me, or for these cameras, it's an extreme environment that I'm putting them through. So on the road, on tarmac, on just light weekend riding or pavement riding, I don't think you're going to run into this problem ever. The Intercontinental Rally I just finished was from Spain to Dakar. It was a little bit over 6,000 kilometers in length, over 2 weeks, 14 days, and the racing was, 8, 10, 12 hours per day, non-stop. So that's the kind of totally off-road. That's what I'm putting these cameras through. So I might be the 10% user compared to the rest of the riders, I guess. I'm not sure. During the race, I'll have 2 or 3 cameras, maybe even 4 on me, and I'll swap out during the day because I'll at least have to stop for gas stations, and sometimes we have mandatory 10-minute rests after 3 or 4 hours of racing. So during one of those mandatory stops, I'll do it'll take me about a minute to swap out the camera, throw the other one back in my pack, and then continue. For 2019, I'm going to continue using these, and I'll be swapping out to a new helmet. So I'll mount it up again. I plan on doing it the exact same way. This helmet is being retired from this race season, so on to the next one. But the cameras, I have had no reason to change them yet, and they have turned out to be ultra reliable and pretty tough to beat. For the price and the picture quality, I don't think you're going to find a better camera out there for your helmet. So check out some of our other videos. We have a lot of good ride videos and some race videos and a few gear videos. But leave me comments. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll respond to comments as they come in. Other than that, I'll check back in later, and if I do run into a problem with one of these cameras, I will post it for sure and let you know how SENA handled it. So that's it. Thanks.